Hey guys, the Myth Manifests actually have some new stages. Since we gotta buy a little bit of more time until like Muldir and the event when the alarm sounds drops, we're gonna go over these stages. Yeah, this is completely trivialized content. I could just tell you right here, lock in Blood Tide and win, and then say goodbye, right? I'm of course aware of that. I'm gonna provide you with a little bit more information than just that. So this stage is about the Myth Manifest stage for the Mountain Ghost right here. Is all about debuffing the enemies. They need 6 or more debuffs and they will check every 2 rounds. And if they don't have 6 or more debuffs, they gain 2 Moxie. If they do have 6 or more debuffs applied to them, then they don't gain that Moxie and lose all of their buffs, like bullets for example. You want to focus Mondlicht, the left hand right character here that I have in focus as well. Characters that are very beneficial for this stage are obviously characters that apply poison. Poison is the best debuff to like stack a lot, and since we need a plethora of debuffs here, 6 in total, that is quite a lot, so poison makes this as easy as possible. You want to use characters in combination, like Noah Anali is very good here. Ezio Tuesday, Willow Tuesday. Those would be like the most beneficial setups if you just don't obliterate with Blood Tide like I do here. You want always to use, I would recommend at least, because these characters here, they can deal quite a tremendous amount of damage to you. So I would pair the characters that I just counted off with 2 sustains. I would always use Sotheby as my healer because of poison. And the second sustain should be something that provides shields, like for example Kiparina or Ezra. And there you go. If you play these compositions, you shouldn't have much issue here. As I said, bring poison, like Willow, Ezra, Tuesday, right? Noah, Anali, you get the point. Then you will have to set up your Mountain Ghost, or you should, for min-maxing, should set up your Mountain Ghost with the correct skill tree. And here it is. This is the poison setup for the Mountain Ghost. You can take a look at it, take a screenshot and just apply it to your Mountain Ghost as well. And yeah, that's pretty much all about there is to say about this stage, right? Focused Mondlicht, bring poison and double sustain. 1 healer, 1 shielder. And then you should be able to beat this stage quite easily, right? You have to get a little bit used to this tremendous amount of damage that the enemies deal, but with double sustain that will be no problem. Plus the debuffs that you apply, you should be fine here. If there's any questions, feel free to ask me that in the comment section down below, or join the Discord server and ping me there. Alright, we can now move on then to the very next stage. Alright, from here on out things get much easier and way less complicated, let me say it like that. Here we face Eternity, and as you can see, she is from the Mineral Afflatus, so if you would bring Star Afflatus characters, you would completely obliterate, like a follow-up team around Liang, 37, whatever star characters you have available to yourself. You can bring again Ezio in the follow line, set up with Flutterpage and Fatutu. If you have Impromptu, you will completely obliterate this in 2 seconds. You can even use Dynamo here. In this stage, Dynamo should work perfectly fine. Dynamo is something that everyone has at their disposal right now, so shouldn't be any issue to begin with. Keep in mind that Eternity here is immune to a lot of debuffs like Control, Bleed, Poison and all that jazz, so you cannot use the exact same lineup as in the stage before. And that's really about it. Go in here with preferably Star Afflatus characters or the Dynamo lineup. The best team here is the Impromptu team, and yeah, just completely obliterate it that way. You will have at least a DPS character from the star of latest available to yourself. Use that here to obliterate eternity, and that's really all about already that there is to the fight. As I said, like, the content is completely like irrelevant. Like, this is really like, everyone has Bloodhate and Dynamo and they just have free wins, you know. So yeah, I provided you with a little bit more and like, that's honestly all I can say and do about this kind of content here. So let's move on to a stage that is even easier than this one. That is the stage for the Ashen Beast with Noir and her best actress. Here I unfortunately can't tell you anything because there's nothing to the stage. Hear me out. They want you to inflict control statuses onto these two enemies so that they lose 5% of their max HP every single turn. That is of course pretty pathetic. You see them being from the Beast Afflatus, so you come in here with a mineral DPS like Semmelweis with her Euphoria, like Liang with her Euphoria, or you use Recolata. You go in here and you completely obliterate these enemies. They don't do anything. There's no mechanic that you have to watch out for. There's nothing you can fulfill other than this nonsense with the control effects that I just explained to you. So in theory, like, the developers here, they want to make you believe that you CC these enemies to death, right, with control effects like something that Baby Blue has and blah blah blah, right? Just go in here with Semmelweis, with Giu or Recolata and call it a day. You see my Semmelweis, he just, with one extra action that she fulfills that she performs at the end of the turn, took like 50% HP away from Noir. So you win this battle here no matter what in like 2 or 3 turns, and then you can move on. Okay, now this was the trivialized content in terms of the Myth Manifest stages. I wanna provide a little bit more and spice this thing a little bit up here and bring the heat by talking about the content in this game in general. In particular, I wanna talk about the stage 401 in the dive, right? In the Reveries in the Rain, in the dive, because this is a stage, this is really bad game design, ridiculously shitty, for 2 reasons. First of all, it is kind of a wallet check, as you will either have the impromptu lineup or you will have Liang. If you don't have these 2 things, like at least one of these 2 things, you are pretty much fucked in the butt right there. That is of course really bad. No stage in the entire game should ever require you to have such specific things that are pretty expensive as well. That's why I call it the wallet check. You either have an entire team that you have to pull for all of these characters right before the 2nd anniversary. That is pretty much unacceptable. And look, at the time where of course it started all with Baccarola, but at the time where Kipparina was released, it was Skipparina, right? It turned into kind of a meme because of this fact that I'm about to explain. We didn't know that after version 2.7, where Kipparina was present, that the Assassin's Creed collaboration will, first of all, join the game, and we didn't know to what extent this Assassin's Creed collaboration would join the fray, right? It could have been anything. It could have been something small, it could have been just a merchandise thing, but this shit was actually a full-fledged out version that was going on for a month or even longer, right? We could have not expected these things. So that's why not pulling for Kipparina in particular, but the entire impromptu lineup, it was a good strategic play to skip the whole archetype, because you will have to save up quick enough, early enough for the second anniversary, which is much more important and introduces 2 better teams than the impromptu lineup. So skipping those characters, skipping this archetype, was the correct play to do at the time, where we didn't know about the AC collab, right? We didn't know that we, after Kip Arena, gain such a time window to save up a little bit again. That wasn't a thing. So again, skipping impromptu was the right play at the time. Then the stage 401 also requires you to have Liang. That is a limited character that no one has access to right now, and that everyone and their mom skipped as well. It was again the right play to skip Liang Yue. And these exact things are now an absolute requirement for what most people look at in-game content, right? That is not good game design. Good game design are stages where you have to come up with a strategy and use characters. Be aware what the roster of characters that everyone has access to can use, right? Like it was in the past, where we had to CC the enemies to death, for example. Yeah, that is cheese. Cheese is not always a bad thing though. Cheese can be delicious. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. There was a stage where we have to use like Baby Blue, Brimley, we had Barbara in our stage. You know, those are characters, those are even 5-star characters, where this is a lineup that we had to use, that everyone has access to, and that doesn't cost like $2 billion. You know what I mean? Now, with the 401 stage, that is different. Of course, like I beat the whole 400 meter dive, but I was only able to beat the stage 401 because I lucked the hell out on Liang. I got her for free from the free 10 pull with the Decathlon. If I wouldn't have lucked out there on Liang, I would have not been able to beat 401 in the dive. And think about it, even if you are like me and you luck the hell out on Liang, for example, or you win the wallet check by having impromptu, then you beat the stage, like you beat the 400 meter dive. Okay, now, so what, bro? What reward did you gain? What did you accomplish? You see, there is nothing, bro. This is not a sense of accomplishment. There's no reward I got from beating this. It is not even like truly fun, because again, like I'm just character checked. I don't have to really come up with a strategy at all. It's just, hey, do you own these characters or do you not? And that will determine if you beat the stages or not. Not skill, right? Bloodtide and Dynamo are the exact same examples as well. So there is no meat to the bone to all of this. It is just a whole bunch of hoopla, and you know what I mean? That is hella fucking trash. Not only do you wallet check your player base, no, you also punish them for doing things right by skipping the impromptu archetype and the limited character that was trash. So there you go. Really bad state of the game right now. The good thing is that I don't really give a fuck about it, right? I even only played the dive because I wanted to have fun, as that is what the dive is for me. That is purely just for fun. That is not endgame content whatsoever. The endgame content is Voyages of Volatility. There we get the resources that are necessary, that we need for upgrading our Euphoria updates. And this content gives you more than enough keys. I talked about this quite a bit, so I will keep it at that. And yeah, that was pretty much about it. The game is so ridiculously dog shit by design right now. It's ridiculous, actually. Everything here, like I just said, with the Myth Manifest stages, you log in Bloodtide, you win. in the dive, you log in Blood Tide, you log in Dynamo, or Impromptu, you win, right? Or you are like crazy wallet checked, like the stage with 401 that I just talked about. And I mean, holy crap, dude. I will give this game a little bit of a chance. I will wait until like version 3.5, 3.6. And at that point, things are like things haven't changed and the game is still in a state in which it is in right now, then I will have to reconsider if I keep playing this game. What keeps me playing this game is that I have fun making YouTube content here. And when content drops, like the Dynamo, like the Blood Tide, and then we can do a little bit of pre-storm protocol and have fun with those teams in the dive. Okay, that is cool for like 2 or 3 days. And then what are we gonna do with the rest of the month? With the rest of the 3.5 weeks, right? We just sit here doing nothing, maintaining our account. And since I love Reverse1999 and I have my YouTube channel and my Discord server, I will probably playing this game forever, right? But I mean, we have to seriously like reconsider what this game like means to us and if we actually want to keep playing at some point. And for me, this will be 3.5, 3.6, and then we will check the state of the game one more time. But right now it's terrible, actually. But yeah, that was the little spice that I wanted to add on top of these boring myth manifest stages, so this video is at least a little bit fun, right? So I hope this was informative and fun. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, don't forget to join the Discord server, link to that in the description down below. Take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.